Hey. Alright, let's open up my personal Foundry on my computer, not the one that is on the Forge server. Let's get to prepping. I want to put on like a D&D style playlist, but I don't know a good one that isn't DMCA. I guess I could play like RPG music. Actually, maybe Epidemic Sound has like fantasy. Let me check. Log into my Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound has a playlist called Cinematic Fantasy. Okay. Video game music is never wrong. True. I could also go for I know a lot of people who make music for like D&D stuff. I need to message Tres Noir actually. Speaking of that. By the way, do you guys want to look at the evil campaign that I was talking about? Playlist sucks. Playlist sucks. Epidemic Sound sucks. Hang on. I'll put on some music. Do you ever get anywhere with commissioning that synth from the subathon? Yes and no. Yes, I have contacted people who I would want to work with, and they have said yes, but also music production is hard and time consuming, and I need to create like a vision for like what the song is. And yeah, that kind of stuff has been taking a bit. It hasn't been a project that I've sort of pushed to the forefront because more important projects have been demanding my time. But it will be done. That's something I definitely want to do. I was very excited by the idea of that. It's going to be hard. I don't, like I said when I made the sub goal, I don't know if that's something I even can do. But I want to make it happen. So, yeah, I almost forgot about the synth song. Well, my hope is that maybe people will forget about it, and then when I release it, it'll be like a nice surprise. You know what I mean? Heard Riku D20 had similar struggles with commissioning D&D music and needed someone to help co-compose. That's very possible as well. Maybe that's just what I need. Yeah, this one will work. I'll loop this. So, what do you guys want to do first? Units or buildings? Units, buildings? We could either make the actual map things for the buildings I selected, or we could work on units. I think the buildings might be easier. Buildings might make the units easier as well. They did decide on what to get. They've decided... Gotta be careful what of this document I show. They decided the blacksmith, the wizard's tower, the church of saints, and the roving tavern. Okay. Let's see. What do I have for a blacksmith? Smith. I have this smith. I have this really nice blacksmith building that comes from the hand-drawn buildings pack, but I also beat this everywhere. I use this everywhere, but it's so pretty. It's such a good asset. Like, I love hand-drawn assets. You know what? I'm using it. Flip it? Yeah, well, we're gonna flip it. For sure. Okay. It's the style blacksmiths in this region use. No, I'll be honest. I'll just be like, yeah, I use the same asset because it looks pretty. Alright, now we need a tavern. Lord knows I have a lot of assets for that. Every town in D&D needs a tavern. This is where we are really gonna be... We really got a lot of choices. A moving one? No, the tavern itself isn't roving. It's like the idea of the roving tavern is that it's... people come and go. Though I do like the idea of a moving tavern. It's a food truck. The roving tavern is a moving, like a tavern that has wheels. It's a mimic tavern with giant spindly legs. Unless... Let's see. Tavern medium? What does that look like? I said, what does that look like? Okay, never mind. Guess I won't use that asset. But anyway, let's see. Work, damn you! Sometimes Foundry doesn't like the fact that I have, so many gigabytes of assets. Oh, it's because I'm on the fucking token selector tool. Like a dumbass. Like a dummy. You have this tavern. This is from the same asset pack. I do love the look of this tavern. I love all of these hand-drawn buildings. They're so good. Who's Eck? Who's Eck? Who's Eck? I'm the kind of person, chat, where I always need music on. Okay, so we have this tavern. We have this tavern. We have this tavern. We have this tavern. You know what this tavern is gonna need, chat? It's gonna have to be a tavern that has a back room. Because it's a rogue's tavern. So it definitely needs to be a tavern that has some kind of, like, backspace. This could work. This is just very square, and I don't like buildings to just be square. I like them to have unique, like, shapes. This one can work. Maybe put like an area out back here. If this is the entrance, then maybe this leads to like an area or a room that we can put down here. Where sort of meetings are held. Don't want the desert-themed taverns. This one obviously works. It does what it do. But I don't think this one works with this. Let's try inn instead of tavern. How much do I got many inns? This one has a water feature. Got this one. The inn looks magical. Well, it is going to be next to a wizard's tower. So, you know. And it does have these little private booths that are segmented off by curtains. I kind of like. Wizard brews. That's something we have to keep in mind, chat, is every part of the army is going to blend together. So it's not like the blacksmith, the wizard tower, the church, and the tavern are going to be like just completely separate, cut and dry. Like they all contribute to form like the shape of the army. Inn plus wizard's tower equals Bard's College. I like this. I do like this. It's very long. I like this tavern asset. I think I'm going to go with it. There's a very cool overlay for the second floor, which just literally like slaps on top, and you can sort of see through it. Very cool. So if somebody walks up to the second floor of the tavern, I can just slap this on. You know what I mean? Should actually make that separate. What's up, Cole? Thanks for the raid, my dude. We are repping. We could put the tavern where the tents are. Just come to think, like, just thinking about layout. Because they're not gonna use the tents when there's a place to sleep in the inn, right? Like, I'm assuming this is gonna be, if this has rooms on a second floor, this is where the troops sleep. So maybe there's like an officer's tent. Maybe they have like one big tent. And we'll keep this tent, and we'll delete the others. And the tavern will go where the tent was. And it will be good. It will be good because I made it, and everything I make is so good. Some chill prep. Hope your birthday was nice. It was nice. Communal circus big top. Officers' tents are a thing. In war, in ye olden wars. But the wizard tower. What do we have left? The wizard tower and the church. I think the church should be over here, because the church should be closer to the tavern, and the wizard's tower should be as far away from everything as possible, because magic is dangerous, you know. You know what might be a fun idea with the wizard's tower? What if the wizard's tower looks really small, but then you enter it and it's bigger on the inside? Like it teleports you to a separate map. Bigger on the inside is one of the best tropes. I love that trope. I don't get an excuse to use it very often. It's really big on the outside, but very cramped on the inside. It's a huge tower, but they're just like, yeah, maximum occupancy is like 5. It's got thick walls. Got really thick walls. Let's see. What do I have for a wizard tower? Tower base, Wizard's Keep. Holy shit, that's huge. That is way too huge to be one pop-up building in this military camp. Okay, we just need a... Give me a general tower. That's a fucking wizard's fortress. No, I don't want the desert-themed ones. Oh, we have these modular tower floors that I have, but I think these are also huge. Ah, they're not as huge. They're definitely big. Oh, here we go. Here's some respectably sized towers. Oh. What's going on in this tower? What are we doing in this tower, boys? What's going on in here? Only good things, I hope. Nothing suspicious going on in here. Just a spiral staircase in the middle going down. Waiting for Satan to stop buffering. We're playing Mario Party. It's huge from a distance, but the closer you get, the smaller it gets. That's fucking funny. So, like, you see the tower up at the top of the hill, and it looks like a huge tower, but as you walk up to it, it gets smaller and smaller. You just come and it's just like a normal house. Ah, yes, the ancient magic technique of forced perspective. We know it well. Man, dude, I'm so glad that Oblivious decided to do that commune with her god thing today. Oh, that was such a good scene. I'm glad I went the extra step of making that map on the fly. getting that token. I thought I had it ready, but I realized I hadn't converted that over from Roll20 yet. So I had to make it quick. Yeah, that was a really good scene. Just go with... Make this bigger. Okay. And then we go into the scene, and we make the height of the scene larger. Okay. Now we get into some fucky stuff. Bear with me, chat room. Music. What's that one song from Hollow Knight? Hollow Knight OST. It's like City of Tears. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what I want to hear. Alright. Now we get to make the second floors for these buildings, or in the Wizard's Tower case, the multiple floors ascending in upwards capacity. Okay, these are 900 by 900. We do this. 900 by 900. There we go. Now we are 100% sure that the second floor of our tower is no bigger or smaller than the first floor. Floor 2. Floor 3. Floor 4. And floor 5. Alright. Good. This is good for now. And then we can furnish the tower later. Put some magic stuff in there. Right now what we're doing is we're expanding the RP space, basically. Is what we're doing, is we're giving the players more room to RP in while they're at the war camp. That second floor asset in, make sure we have it where the stairs are lining up. Very nice. I need to learn how to do the foundry thing where you can click to go upstairs and it'll actually take you to where the upstairs is. Let me get some tokens over here. Let me get a token in here just to see how big this tower really is. Okay. The answer is not that big. That's okay. That's a module, stairways. Yeah, we should figure that out. I will ask Luca about that through this week. I don't want to do it right now. Right now, I just want to focus on getting this map finished and making units. Is what I want to do tonight. Just because I have the system fresh in my mind. What are we missing? The church. Of course. Church. Or maybe a temple. I used this asset already. So, I'm not going to use this one again. Even though I like this asset a lot. This one works fine. Make it a little bigger. Get a token in there. Yeah, this works. This works. Plenty of room to muck about in here. Run everywhere you want. Alright. I think the bar might be too close. Push it up to the tree line. Let's make more room for just milling about on the outskirts. How about a graveyard to go with the church? Bold of you to assume we take the time burying our dead. We're at war here. Let's see. The bones go straight to the blacksmiths to make stews. Alright. No, this works. This works as an expansion of the RP space. Put a bunch of tokens around here based around their units. Maybe we'll get a barracks if we have one. Let's see if we have like a good asset for barracks. Barracks. This works. Oh, if your army is 8 people, it works. It's not really a barracks in the sense that I would think. Where it's like, where an army would say, yeah, let's tent barracks. We'll just say the army, they sleep over here. There's a tent barracks there. Let's put some stairs. Stairs. And where these stairs go is off-screen this way to where the army's tent barracks are. Why would a wizard want a tower for study? If an accident happens, the escape route is long. If the foundation is broken, the top floor will also be gone. I don't know, seems like a liability to me. Listen, buddy. I don't make the rules here. Wizards get towers. That's just, you know, that's just what they have. That's, you know, you have a wizard, he's got a tower. That's just, they like towers. I don't know what to tell you. Just jump out a window and cast Featherfall. True! Wizard can get whatever the hell they want. If they want a balcony, they get a balcony. A wizard with their own tower knows how to cast Fly. True. Tower is a decoy. The wizard stays in the dungeon below. I want a wizard with a nice manor home and a shed out back for spell experiments. Wizards feel the need to overcompensate for their lack of physical prowess. That's why they build big towers. It's completely compensating. Yes, bigger tower, better person, as the old wizard saying goes. This is Dark Souls music? I thought this was like... Isn't this... This is Resident Evil save room music. I thought. But apparently it's the Dark Souls menu theme. It sounds like the Resident Evil 4 safe room music. Hang on. RE4 safe room theme. Okay, back to Dark Souls menu theme. You guys see what I'm talking about? You guys hear what I'm talking about? They sound very similar. That's interesting. Some way. You change songs? Yeah. Okay. I think we are good to go here. Let's move on to making some units. Let's make one unit for each of these buildings. And decide their stuff. So let's see. What do we want to start with, chat? Of these 4 buildings, what do we want to start with? We got the blacksmith, the wizard's tower, the tavern, and the church. $1d4. Roll for it. We could also roll for it. That's another very real possibility. What do you guys think? Roll? Alright. I will say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Wizard's Tower it is. Let's make a wizard. Or more specifically, a unit of wizards. Start out with a generic spellcaster unit? Yeah, I'm thinking a basic wizard unit would work. Wonder what you would call a pack of wizards? A unit of nerds! What do you call them? A group of wizards is a... Well, a group of witches is a coven. Let's go based off of... Okay, so if these are wizards who are based up for war, they are war wizards. So they are evocation wizards, which means that they are evokers. Let me read, there's also war magic in the wizard subclass. Let's see. Let's actually read, let's read the rulebook, chat. Let's read what the PHB has to say about war magic. Or actually, sorry, this is from Xanathar's guide. let's read the actual 5th edition rulebook. War Magic. A variety of arcane colleges specializing in training wizards for war. The tradition of war magic blends the principles of evocation and abjuration. Rather than specializing in either of those schools, it teaches techniques that empowers a caster's spells while providing methods for wizards to bolster their own defenses. Followers of this tradition are known as war mages. They see their magic as both a weapon and an armor, a resource superior to any piece of steel. War mages act fast in battle, using their spells to seize tactical control of a situation. Their spells strike hard, while their defensive skills foil their opponent's attempts to counterattack. They are adept at turning other spellcasters' magical energy against them. In great battles, a war mage often works with evokers, abjurers, and other types of wizards. Evokers in particular sometimes tease war mages for splitting their attention between offense and defense. A war mage's typical response: what good is being able to throw a mighty fireball if I die before I can cast it? Okay. That should give us some idea of what we're thinking of with war mages. And since the wizard tower is pulling from the current environment that they are in, let's assume that the unit we are making is elven war mages. That will be the name of this unit. This will be our basic magic unit will be elven war mages. Holy shit. Completely unrelated, but I was just glancing at my Twitter timeline and I saw this fucking dope fucking art pop up. Cool idea for like a fantasy monster type deal. That's sick. No idea if that's from something or not. That's very cool looking. Alright. Let's make a unit. First of all, let's find some art. Speaking of art. Let's get elf wizard. I'm sure we will find no shortage of elf wizard art. Sure, that will be just about everywhere. Oh, perfect. Maybe find one a little less evil looking than this one. Oh, this'll work. Yeah, this art will do nicely. This will do perfect for elven war mages. Here's the source of this art if you're interested. It's this guy on ArtStation. So let's, first of all, save that. And let's open it a token tool. Totally not suspicious and trustworthy war mage. I don't think you can have such a thing as a trustworthy war mage. Just in general. Elven war mages. Okay. Let's sort of do this and we'll see, like, this is like how a unit prep goes, and then just to sort of show you guys the process. So, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Elven War Mages. See. I want to update their full art. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, the reason I used Asperian Infantry as the example unit is because this is very much baseline stats. This is what I consider baseline stats for units. They have a +2 strength, they have 15 AC, and 5 wound levels. Forgot I did that editing in Forge, not here. Have to. So, for Elven War Mages, I think it makes sense for them to be weaker, so less wound levels. So I'm thinking instead of 5, they have 4. But they also hit harder. No, because their armor is not, like, physical armor, right? Like, that's why I wanted to come up with a different term than armor class, but it encapsulates the entire unit of infantry. Like, remember that this is not just one Elven War Mage, right? This is a platoon of 50 Elven War Mages. And a platoon of 50 War Mages is going to be able to defend itself to a decent degree with, like, stuff like magical shields and abjuration. So I don't think less armor works, but I think having them be weaker physically works. So they, you know, if something does hit them, you know, it only takes a few good hits for them to really get fucked up. If they're in direct combat with infantry, which is what they shouldn't be because they're war mages. Yeah, exactly. They're backline units, 100%. So I think it makes sense to have their armor be Maybe more than base. I don't know. 15 is base for armor. Maybe we leave them at that. But I think they do hit harder. I think they do hit harder. Like, I think they have a +3 to hit. Rather than a +2. Can deal hits and block hits, but can't take hits. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm not adding mechanics. This is the idea of this is to be as simple as possible. So it's like when you're saying like, oh, what if they had different like types of attacks, or like what if they like have this and they like do this and it's based on like the number of battles. Like the idea is to be simple. We're not designing a whole like boss encounter with these guys. This is a card that goes into your deck. You know what I mean? So what we're really deciding is what is this card's stats, you know? Four health, 3 attack. Exactly. Literally exactly. It's a 3 mana 4/2. I think I'm gonna lower their armor 1. I think I'll lower their armor to 14. And then we can put a little bit more oomph into their special ability. So, what the special feature is, to tell you guys, a special feature is when this card forgoes its attack in order to benefit the players on the battlefield. So, like, for example, the Asperian Infantry has its thing where it can give the players a boost to one of their attributes. Like a numerical bonus for a round. I think what I want the War Mages to do, what I think might be very cool, is instead of it being like a buff, if it's like something like a directed volley that does damage to the enemies that the players are fighting. You know? Like, so if the party's in a tight spot and they're fighting, like, a tough, like, general, right? They can call on their war mages to bring down, like, an arcane volley on the enemy troops. Yeah, wizard firing line. It's like wizard artillery is what it really is. I mean, like, does that image not sound fucking cool to you? Like, imagine, like, the party fighting enemy generals as armies clash in the background on the battlefield. And then just a volley of arcane bolts arc across the air and strike down onto the ground like artillery fire. I think that's awesome. Arcane volley. All right, now comes the hard part. We need to decide what it actually does. Big battles are sick, but can be a pain to manage sometimes. That's what the warfare rules are there for. Which is why, to make these big battles easy to manage. This is hopefully what they achieve, and I'm not sure if they will. This is an experiment. But I want to give the players that big feeling of, like, armies clashing. So I'll use the battlefield. The battlefield will exist as, like, the place where they place units, but that is a fictional representation of what is, like, that is a gameplay representation of what is fictionally happening around them. You know what I mean? So, like, when it comes to the battlefield phase of initiative, and it's like, oh, the Asperian infantry uses its, like, special ability to buff the players. Like, that is a gameplay representation of, like, the actual, like, troops, like, rallying behind them and doing stuff like that. Fireballs, maybe? I think no. AoEs are messy. I don't think I want to do AoEs. I think maybe it might be cool to do, like, dice that roll into a pool. And then the party can distribute that damage. Sort of like a magic missile, almost. Where, you can sort of designate targets. Yeah, actually, let's just do that. Let's have a number of bolts that the party can assign targets to, and then we roll damage, and it's like a big magic missile. So, as an action, the Elven War Mages launch a volley of magic missiles to aid the PvPs in battle. Let's say 5 bolts. Maybe restrict the amount of missiles that can hit a single target, unless they're of larger size. No, I think it's cool. I think it's cool, right? Like, you want that to have that idea, right? I think it's very cool and empowering to the players to be able to focus their entire volley on, like, a single target if they want to. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be a very cool moment. I don't want to limit that choice. If they use the volley, it better die. Well, then I, the DM, get to have a badass moment. If they use the arcane volley and it does fucking jack shit to my guy, and then it's like, oh, you hit him with all the fucking bolts, boom, 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 and then the smoke clears and the bad guy's still standing there looking fine. Let's see, the party, the volley consists of, how is magic missile worded? Magic missile. Magic missile. Volley consists of 5 bolts that hit any creature of the party's choice. Let's say targets must be within 20 feet of a party member. That's good. That means you can't just nuke the enemy's backline with the volleys. So, like, if the enemies they're fighting have archers, they can't just nuke the backline. Oh, let's make it 30 feet. Let's make it 30 feet. Yeah, because I imagine these battlefields being pretty big. Um, 30 feet of a party member and within line of sight. Okay. Each bolt does force damage. This damage is rolled after targets are declared. So they're not sure how much damage it'll do. It's kind of a gamba. The bolts all strike simultaneously. As the bolts all strike. That's the real question, is how much damage does it do? $1d4? That's kind of lame. I mean, that's like 5... D6 might be nice. The problem with D6, right, is because then there's a chance you do 5 damage total. But I guess that's true with any dice. Maybe each bolt does 2d4? So maximum 8, minimum 2. That works. 2d4 works. 2d6 is too much. Because that's maximum 12. And then let's do some quick math. So there's 5 bolts. 2d4 is maximum 8, minimum 2. So if we do 8 times 5, assuming all max damage, that's 40 damage. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Now, 2d6 is max damage 12. 3 times that by 5, that's 60 damage in a turn. If it's 1d4, then max damage is 4, which means 20 damage in a turn. But it also makes the bolts individually... it makes the bolts individually feel less impactful. 1d6 is 30 damage, which is a lot of damage. And I think 1d6 damage has a fair amount of weight. Especially if we take the middle ground of it. So, like, we shoot for the average. Yeah, that's 15 damage on average with the D6. That's not bad. I think 1d6 per bolt is good. 1d6. So if they really want to stack it on one enemy, that's 5d6 damage. That's big. Plus, if I wanted to, I could make the big bad magic guys have like force damage resistance if this became an issue. But I don't foresee it becoming an issue. I think this is a very cool ability. It makes the players feel cool when they use it, and it makes the mages feel like very good unit. Yeah, this could definitely change the tides of battle. For sure. It's more powerful than the Asperian Infantry's ability, but that's why the Elven War Mages are weaker, right? They're easier to kill. So if I want to get rid of... If I don't want this ability to hit my boss, I send a strong unit to kill the War Mages. Alright, that's a unit made. Very nice. I like this card. I might, if I can find an artist. If I can find an artist, I would love to make actual card designs for the units. And then actually, like, put them on a... Like, so I could actually have something visually to put them on, like, the battlefield. You know? I'm gonna be talking to a lot of artists this week for D&D. Alright, chat room. I don't really want to do much more prep tonight. I already ran a session tonight, and I was prepping for running the session all day. But this was a good chill out sesh. So, I think I'm going to let you guys go. And I'll be back tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to find somebody to raid. One of them... Hey. Ooh, my boy Boone is live. That is a very pog occurrence. Let's send you over his way. Raid. Too soon, Boone. You know what I need to do? I would love to run a D&D campaign for like the sort of Kraken friend group of streamers. People like Boone and them. Like, I think that would be a super fun idea. I wonder if they'd be down for it. I wonder. I might ask around. Alright, I will see you, chat room. Bye-bye.